Judas here, and today I'm going to be talking about the new Judas Priest album, Invincible Shield. And now that you've seen the awesome artwork, I'm going to dive into the awesome album, which was highly anticipated for me because I was really excited for this album after hearing the pre-release tracks, which they always do before every album, and I was really into them. So I was excited and looking forward to hearing the rest of the album, because I know as bands age, there's always, at least for me, and I've definitely heard, from people that, as the band ages, it's hard to keep fresh, like keep albums, awesome and fresh ideas, new things like that. But I think really Judas Priest did hit it out of the park with this one on Invincible Shield. And you can hear classic type of elements in that with the opener, Panic Attack. This harnesses everything Judas Priest. The alluring guitar melodies, powerful rhythms, pulse pounding verse and chorus. It grips the soul. You got this tearing drums with tantalizing subtleties from Scott Travis. I've always liked what he's delivered and brought to Judas Priest. Ever since Painkiller, you can hear what he brings. Speed, intensity, aggression, a lot of work across the toms, the cymbals. He just brings a whole new dimension to drum work, and he really did on Painkiller and all the way through to this album. So, I think maybe he's a good reason why Judas Priest has stayed fresh. His drum work has, allowed Glenn Tipton and KK Downing, Halford and Richie Faulkner through the years sort of expand on themselves musically because of what he can deliver to them. Could be a good thought. I definitely heard that from before, from drummers that can really influence the direction of music. But anyways, we got some Rob Halford classic wailing on Panic Attack, and toss in this cool ass bridge melodies heading into the classic style Judas Priest solo on Panic Attack. Great opener, great way to hook the listeners. A lot of classic Judas Priest stuff, but I also felt some energies, I guess maybe throwbacks to classic Judas Priest eras throughout this, and I kind of like that mixture that they had that. But I also heard some Rob Halford's solo project type of feel on some of the songs, and the first time I heard it was Serpent and the King. It's that bridge towards the chorus there that strikes this attitude and melody that really screams Rob Halford insurrection. But I kind of like that. I like that there's these different flares throughout this album that aren't just like modern Judas Priest like the last few albums, or even like traditional Judas Priest now, but even like Rob Halford stuff. So you got this cool blend and mixture going on this album, and I really picked it up on Serpent and the King. So you got these really solid songs right off the bat, and then Invincible Shield keeps picking up the pace, and that octane accelerates into the title track, Invincible Shield. Just an awesome blaze of Judas Priest fire, tough, heavy drum work and rhythms with many hooky technical guitar licks throughout. Also this brief vocal bit that felt like a throwback to Exciter. Like I said, there's all these different sort of vibes that I picked up from classic Judas Priest stuff and Rob Halford, and this is where I picked up a bit of Exciter from all the way back from Stained Class was in this one, and I just thought that was really cool that we're kind of getting this cool mixture and blend of all of these different sounds and eras going on, and I picked that up in Invincible Shield. Then I'm moving on with some more seductive and smooth hooks that arrive in a pair of tracks, actually. I put them together. I liked how they sounded kind of back to back. Devil in Disguise and Gates of Hell both contain this great guitar rhythms and leads, guitar work throughout that were really gripping, especially in Gates of Hell. I felt a lot of the rhythms and guitar work. Awesome melodies throughout that really united with what Rob Halford was doing vocally, and they just really blended together flawlessly, in my opinion, with just overall really good pair of songs right in the middle of this album. And I felt like they were kind of a bridge, because I felt like the album started to go in a more I don't want to say melancholic, but the emotion changed a little bit and the pacings changed a little bit coming out of these two songs, coming off this first half, and then as we went into the next track. Now I felt like the melodies really grew and got to shine even more so in Crown of Horns, with this really sharp guitar intro piece that I really liked. Man, that was captivating. It felt like razors on the Crown of Horns. And I felt like there was this mix of sorrow and hope in this song, and the hope was from this warmth, the warmth of the bass and rhythms that I could really feel during the verse and Rob Halford's voice, whereas the sorrow came from the sad lead melodies. And I really liked how Rob Halford sung this track. Truly elevated the sorrow and hope I felt, and went hand in hand. It wasn't like traditional Rob Halford stuff, but I felt like he conveyed himself to what the lead and what the rhythms were doing, and appropriately. And that's why I think what makes Rob Halford such a good singer is he knows not, what to do at what spot, and what the music is doing around him. I think he really, by the way he sung this, really elevated the music around him, and vice versa, and you really could feel the lyrics and the message behind this one. And you kind of feel a lot of that in this next one as well. I'm going to talk about Trial by Fire. This one delivered two emotions for me. You had this concern of the trial, and tribulation to come, and this anger seething within the fire. It was another element that I could really feel, and the music really conveyed that throughout. I enjoyed how the vocal melodies and the lyrics united with what the lead was doing. Those two things really connected. I like, another skill that Rob Halford has is his ability to be in key with what the lead melodies are doing, which is, or vice versa. Maybe the lead's trying to do what Rob Halford's doing. But anyways, either way, coming together like that really elevates and creates this harmony, harmonization together, and really makes for a very hypnotic, sort of memorable feel to that. And there was very thought-provoking lyrics in there with such a strong message. And that's what I kind of really like about Crown of Thorns and Trial by Fire. You could really feel a lot of emotion and the lyrics and the message behind them in these tracks. Now I really like in the next song, the direction, musically, that Judas Priest went on Escape from Reality. This one contains several elements of musical deviousness and pain. I really like the dark rhythm progression during the verse. You could really feel that, and a lot of that pain coming out. I also felt this agony of silent screams from Rob Halford's banshee wails during the chorus, along with some shrill clawing lead notes that sort of amplify the dark torment within this one. I really like that Judas Priest kind of went a bit of a different direction in this one. Not that they haven't done something similar to this in the past, this dark sort of atmospheric feel, but this one just had this torment and stuff in the emotions. There's just so many details that gave a lot of emotion, atmosphere, and depth to Escape from Reality. Really great track, probably one of my favorites easily off the album. But I'm going to end it there. I don't want to talk about the whole album, because of course I'd be here for like half an hour or so, diving into everything. But I really liked this album. It was really kicked ass in my opinion. I liked hearing all the different flavors from like Judas Priest albums of the past, modern sound that they got, Richie Faulkner's sound, and even Rob Halford's solo project. I like the blend and the mixture of everything kind of coming together. It really worked well in my opinion. So feel free to check out Judas Priest Invincible Shield. I'm going to, of course, grab as many songs as I can and put them in the description for you guys to check out, and all that type of stuff. And feel free to go back in time as well and check out this album here, Screaming for Vengeance. I found this shirt. It was really cool. I liked it, even though it's like sort of worn, but that was the idea. Anyways, feel free, check out some Invincible Shield from Judas Priest. Until next time, folks, how about some heavy listening?